Hi, welcome back. Welcome back. This is SAS X14. This one I'm going to discuss about my cognition ecosystems. So I do think a lot. Uh, there are multiple hacks and tricks and things that I do to just enable me to think a lot. So this time I'm sort of going to get into an overview of like how I use what and like how is my environment structured. Uh, to enable generic thought. So first of all, you might be noticing I'm in a different place right now. It's just like 2 or 3 meters away. I set up my Chrome box again, uh, camera and stuff. I've reduced the quality because like aesthetics. So yeah, so that and like my audio must also be sort of a little, I guess, ruptured might be the key word here. I want it that way. I enjoy it that way. So like I enjoy the sort of I enjoy that kind of like torn aesthetic, like burnt audio and video. Looks cool. But yeah, getting back to it, my cognition ecosystem. So this is not just about how do you take notes or that sort of stuff. It's on a larger scale. When I talk about an ecosystem, it goes much more than how you write stuff or what your how you place your stuff. It's much more intricate. So I'll start with whatever I see in front of me because again this is serendipity as a service. So I cannot be structuring my outlines. That would be cheating. I would not do that. So yeah, first of all, I have a bunch of laptops, Chromeboxes, and phones and computers around me now. So computers are like really big part of my ecosystem. I, I I I do try and have guardrails as to like where I compute what and how I compute where. So on one system, I'll just use Emacs and Tmax, nothing else. On this system, I am using the mouse. Uh, Funny thing, I have a video on another one of my channels about how to ditch the mouse. But here I explicitly use the mouse a lot, and I've got a very old mechanical keyboard, one of those very robust ones that you could like murder people with. So like that kind of keyboard out here. So it clicks awesome as well. There I've got a split keyboard. This one, yeah. Then I've got a work system, so I just work on that. There I do not have any sort of preferences. I just work with whatever tools I have. So there I do not I'm not peevish about like what I like to do and how I'd like to do stuff. I just get the job done. That's one way of doing things. Uh, there's another way of doing things. This one I've just built from like really like refurbished hardware and like really old stuff and like headphones, like these wired headphones. So these are like a really cheap setup and like a really old television as a monitor. I've got a bunch of monitors in my room now. Uh, I've also got a VPS. A VPS is where I host my uh, some self-hosted services. So there's automation. I want to improve it. I want to have my own personal records databases and stuff, and like I also want to like get my personal finances set up properly up there. So I'm looking into like self-hostable finance management apps. So that sort of compute ecosystem is out there, and my phone is sort of as a client for accessing all these. So I can just search into all of these via Tmux. All of them are, by the way, uh, Unix based Unix based operating system. So I got OpenSUSE Tumbleweed on one. This one, the one that I'm on right now, is running Debian 13. Another is macOS. So it's Unix based. It's BSD based. It's yeah, it's whatever. Then yeah, my phone is again an Android, so that's like again a Unix based, a Linux based thing. Uh, So yeah, it's not there's no Windows anywhere, so that's a good thing. My VPS is also sort of a Linux based VM. That's good. Okay, that's the compute stuff. Now, how do I actually use these two things? The first thing is like I of course separate out what I do where. I sort of gave a quick overview of like how you do that. What's next is how do I generate ideas? So for that, I've started reading a lot again. I read all sorts of stuff. So there's of course books, there are papers, there are textbooks. So I have half of my bed is filled with books. So yeah, half of my bed is filled with books and different stacks. So a stack is sort of a progression as to like how stuff is moving here and there, as to like what I need to read next. It's sort of a pipeline. At a moment in time, like 4 to 5 books sort of stay in the pipeline. These are for physical books. Other than that, I have textbooks or ebooks that I might read on my computers. So there's that. For textbooks, for technical textbooks, I sort of prefer having bought the ebooks because like that, I have the computer accessible and I can just open up the thing in like a ebook reader alongside my programming environments or experimentation environments. These days, mostly textbooks are like mostly into software engineering and like computer science and stuff. Soon, I do have other textbooks as well. I do have other textbooks as well. When I do those, I have a separate desk dedicated for like operating on text with a bunch of notebooks and stuff where I can do math. So I also like doing math. I That's where I do math on notebooks and stuff. Uh, well, yeah. So, for example, if I'm sort of doing a microeconomics textbook, I will use the notebook. I will not have it as an ebook. I also watch a whole bunch of lectures. So on this system itself, the one that you're seeing right now, are sort of a dedicated education, self-education setup. So it's like a old keyboard with a mouse, with Debian 13, and it has YouTube, so you can do everything. So that's interesting. Yeah, YouTube is kind of amazing like that. It's funny. Maybe I should start talking like if an alien landed on Earth, how would he see stuff? So YouTube is amazing like that. YouTube, you could just see everything. That is kind of insane. Imagine thinking of that like 20, 30 years ago. So I mean, almost everything, not everything yet, but yeah, almost everything. But yeah, so tech is kind of amazing like that. Uh, yeah, so this is a learning setup, and yeah, this is also going to be how I record videos for Conware henceforth. So there's that. And yeah, the bitmage videos go back on the ThinkPad out there. You'll see me from the normal setup soon again, shortly, uh, from the ThinkPad. This is the Debian 13 Chromebox. That's the ThinkPad. I will work on my Mac. I mean, yeah, it is what it is now. I don't know what to say. Yeah, this is that. I got a Kindle as well. I read a whole bunch of stuff as well. I like to walk and read. I like to walk and read and walk and think as well. So that's also a big part of my cognition habits, cognitive habits. So yeah, I have a weighted jacket as well. I've got a weighted jacket that's like 25 kilos, and I've got weighted what do you call them? Foot wraps? No, for not foot wraps. So ankle weights. Yeah, yeah, ankle weights. Those are like 5 kilos each. So I like to walk wearing that and like read stuff. So it's nice. I mean, if you want to, yeah, it's good. I've got a bunch of Dragon Ball Z posters here. There's Vegeta, and out there you'll find Goku, and I've also got something from Ghost of Tsushima. So that's in one place, and I've also got a poster of the Matrix. I'm thinking of getting some more stuff. I'll see. And yeah, there's a whole bunch of random. No, not random. Well, I have a whole bunch of surfaces around me, so I like to use those surfaces. So I was thinking of pasting a whole bunch of whiteboards everywhere so that I could like do math everywhere. But then I thought that would be too much. Because like I'll just do math on notebook. I mean, why do I want to see math again all the time? I mean, so I thought maybe why not get sticky notes? So now whenever I have an idea about different things, be it the bitmage, be it conware, be it any other personal sort of ecosystem level up that I want, I just have sticky notes. I paste those sticky notes with stuff written on them on any surface. I would like that idea to be seen again. For me, that is like rediscovering ideas. I like to forget stuff. Forgetting is a huge part of my personality. I structure my environments so that it is easy. Forgetting is encouraged. Uh, yeah, that helps me understand the real value of ideas. I mean, if you are in love with the first idea that you encounter when you think of it, or if you're in like, if it's love at first sight for any idea with you, you might be blinded to the true value of that idea. So I like to like, yeah, date a few ideas here and there. I like to see, I like to paste those ideas around me. So there's a bunch of surfaces where I have like sticky notes and stuff. You might be seeing one here right now. Yeah, this is my fitness surface. So here I must have pasted, hold on, let me see what. Oh, so on that one I've pasted sort of high performance nutrition. I wanted to like deepen my research into like what to eat and what not and stuff. So yeah, that's my fitness surface. There are a whole bunch of other surfaces. There's a surface dedicated to like ideas about the bitmage. There's a surface dedicated to generic learning strategies. So there you'll find what all cognition strategies I'm trying right now, what all stuff I'm getting into. One is like say let's say software defined radio. My yeah my kit is going to arrive soon. I'm going to buy a bunch of textbooks, so that's going to start sometime. Uh yeah, there's the stuff for like yeah. I mean walks. There's like higher order stuff as well where I like to think in longer terms and like I would like to visit those ideas again and again. So I paste them into a place where it's like I I do not see that place with high frequency. So that whenever I see it again, I realize if I should pick that up, if I should pick that up. So now even this video, my cognition ecosystem, I pasted a sticky note. Yeah, I pasted a sticky note. If you can see, I don't think you can see it. I will probably have to work out contrasts and stuff. Hold on. Can you see it now? Yeah, my cognition ecosystem. Yeah, I had pasted this sticky note a while ago, and I like to create videos. I used to do this before, but I'm starting to do this again now. I haven't been doing this for a while. For a while, I was just like noting down stuff in Emacs. Yeah, whenever I sort of do something, I like to crumple them and like collect them in a small box somewhere. So it's like a really good mechanical indicator of like by mechanical I mean like a tangible indicator of like how much progress you've made. So that's kind of cool. Yeah, it's mostly that. So how my idea generation pipelines work is like whenever I have an idea, however stupid it might be, I'll paste it. I'll paste it anywhere. And I'll look at it again and again. I'll judge the idea again and again when I walk by and stuff. When I see it accidentally. And only when I feel that I have something to say about it or talk about it is when I like rip off the idea and like roll it into sort of this and like collect it somewhere. So I'll probably have I don't have it on me right now, but then I'll need a container for this. Right now it's just like on my table. So a bunch of stuff on my table. Uh yeah, I think I'll do that sometime. I need a or maybe I could use a cup. Yeah, I could use cups or something. Uh I'll do that. I'll do that sometime. So yeah. Yeah. So what is not my cognition ecosystem? I don't like to use my phone a lot. I mean, I am also sort of prone to scrolling a whole bunch. Instagram is distracting. I mean, you can learn a whole lot from it. So there's that. So I like to place my phone in a static place. That's why I have got this phone stand. So yeah, there's this sort of a static thing. So I just like put my phone in a place, and yeah, I do not take my phone with me everywhere. Once it's static in here, it's stationed in here. It is a stationary device, so that is a good thing. Uh, it's also how I control my music. So I've got a cylindrical speaker strategically placed in a good and is in sort of a it's sort of how do I say this? In sort of an enclosure that makes it like reverberate well. So yeah, that's also how I control my music. Uh, so yeah, I mean I like ambient stuff. I like techno, EDM and stuff when I'm working. I do have a lot of coffees. I start having coffees from like 5:30 in the morning up until like 3 p.m. in the afternoon. Yeah, and I have L-theanine as well. I have a whole bunch of yeah, L-theanine already as well. So yeah, whenever it's just mostly there's a whole bunch of rituals associated with whatever I do whenever I do. So yeah, I'm a creature of rituals is how I'll say it, of cognition rituals. Yeah, I mean if I wanted to record a certain bitmage video or a Cognware video, there is certain amount of stuff that I do beforehand. I think through. Even though there's a SAS, I sort of get in a certain mindset. Uh, there's that. I put on spectacles because I got, yeah, I think I look better. I think I'm a thinker when I put on spectacles. If I remove these, I just look like a brute. So yeah, so I like to put on spectacles. So it's like putting on a show. Uh, yeah. So that's mostly that. I can juggle as well, by the way. So I like having like interesting breaks. So I have got like three tennis balls out here. And there's also a wall, so like you could also throw stuff at the wall and catch it back again. So that is also an interesting game. So like if you ever have a ball around you, try throwing it at a wall, it bounces back, and try catching it. So that is a fun game. Uh, yeah. So I like one of my best ways to like think is like juggle and meditate. By meditate, I mean meditate on an idea. Think about an idea. Ask yourself questions and stuff. So there's that. So yeah, that is sort of the generic outlook of my ecosystem. Uh, this is my room, so this is sort of my cognition headquarters. I think a lot here, I do a lot here. Uh, it's interesting. I mean, it makes me creative. If all of these eccentricities did not exist, I would have found it hard to like come up with ideas and like be free in thought. It's I do not target any sort of when I have an idea, when I think about ideas, I do not target any audience or any particular sort of uh, any potential engagement in that. I just do it because what's feels natural to me. What I like to do in here with these sasses sasses. I do a lot of ease these days. So sasses is that I like to yeah, record how I would how how someone would do it in a post-apocalyptic manner, sort of vlogs about cognition. So there's that. Given that I have much more freedom now, uh, I'm not restricted to a certain range of movement because I've sort of set up the whole stuff and like I've got the aesthetic right and the audio and everything. You should be having more videos. So because there'll be no context switches now, soft context switches. There will be hard context switches because I'm changing the place altogether. So I'm like working in a separate place. I'm doing bitmage in a separate place. I'm doing convert in a separate place. So that is going to help me out a lot. So I will not have to change my OBS patterns, layouts again and again on the same system. So that is great. Uh, because of that, I mean, walking to a different computer is much faster than changing an OBS pattern on one computer is the gist of it. So yeah, that's nice. That's a good thing. You will be having a lot of videos soon. What I do with this cognition ecosystem is I like to think a lot. I mean, I like to think a lot. People say you should not think a lot. I mean, I'm of the other tribe. I think thinking is great. I think thinking is sort of awesome. Yeah, humans can think, so that is awesome. So you should think. I mean, try thinking sometime. Uh, so yeah. By the way, one fun fact is like I test the quality of my audio by how it captures the slopes. So I don't do like a mic test 1 2 3. I do a slope, and that's how I test my audio. So it's if it's like if it's like fine enough that I can distinguish the characteristic slope, but it's still burnt enough. that it feels like it'll pierce your ears if you're like any close to the speaker. That's a great speaker setup is what I think. So yeah, that's the slopes are like what helped me gauge how my stuff is. Yeah, I think that's mostly it for now. Is there anything more left in my cognition ecosystem? Yeah, so it's a whole bunch of books, there's a whole bunch of computers, there's a whole bunch of walking, there's a whole bunch of weights. I have a whole bunch of I like to move, think when I'm moving as well. So I got like those heavy flow ropes as well. So like rope flow is a thing I'm into. Uh, I've also got like those what do you call them in English? I don't know. Those clubs, the weighted clubs that wrestlers have. So I have one for each one. Like that's 5 kilo club. I mean, I'm sort of a beginner when it comes to those sort of things. I've got a I've got a stick that you could like play around with the fingers and stuff. You could do some like stick martial arts. I again don't know the appropriate term for it. I'm thinking of getting nunchucks. Nunchucks would be awesome. Yeah, and I think maybe I should yeah maybe get a basket somewhere in here and like I'll be able to like play basketball when I'm thinking and get a bean bag somewhere and like set up a mechanism that the ball is fed back to me once I score a basket or like if I do not score a basket. So back to me to the bean bag, like sort of far away. So that will sort of be good as well. That will put me in a meditative state as well. So this is how I sort of engineer my cognition ecosystem. If I was not here, this would just be an empty room, yeah. But then all these sort of artifacts that I have around me and the things that I do and stuff, they help me like think up a whole bunch of stuff and execute a whole bunch of stuff uh, efficiently, but more importantly, while having fun and while not stressing about it. So not stressing about it is a big part for me. I do not stress about if I'm not having any ideas. I do not stress about if have a whole bunch of ideas in the pipeline that are pending. So there's that. There might always be a whole bunch of these sort of things lying around. But yeah, I do not stress about it. It's like whenever it clicks or like whenever it happens, it happens. That's it. That's it for me. So yeah, that is mostly my cognition ecosystem. Like I'm like building upon like a whole bunch of hobbies soon. Yeah, the SDR thing is something I'm excited to get into. My hardware is coming in. Hardware is coming in. So that is awesome. Uh, yeah. So that's cool. I'm going to get into software defined radio, and I'll be able to do a whole bunch of stuff. I'll be able to understand the world better. I'll probably think like Magneto, maybe even control electromagnetic waves sometime soon down the line, I guess. So yeah, this was SASX14. Thanks for tuning in. That was Raj. Do check out the partner channel, the Bitmage, if you're into computers as well, if you're into Emacs and stuff. Yeah, this one, of course, I keep it generic. I use the mouse here, so that's like a good indicator that I'm like I'll tolerate anything in here in terms of like uh, getting the job done, I guess. So yeah, I am using the mouse right now to like press pause and stuff. So that is it's not shameful. I mean I've gotten over it, but yeah, it's whatever. Uh, so yeah, I think that is it for the day. This was Raj from Conware Industries. See you in the next one.